Welcome to day 10 of hashtag 12 Days of Creativity, and today we're going to look at pixel art using numbers. Here's how it works. I'm using the Numbers app on my iPad, but this can work using any spreadsheet style software, Sheets, Excel, anything that allows conditional formatting. Essentially what we're going to look at here is creating pixel art based on, for this concept, it's mathematical properties, just comparing fractions. So here's how it works. There are a number of squares where pupils can do their working, and there are 15 questions here, and each question has one of three answers: greater than, less than, equal to. So if we look at 1/2 and 3/6, they're equal, so that would be option C. You can see what happens when I choose C. Some of the squares essentially light up. If we go through each of these, you'll start to see a pattern emerge. Now, this type of, and you'll also see what happens when we get the answer wrong, just to show you there, nothing happens essentially. But what we're looking at here is just taking a simple concept in terms of the questions that are being asked. You know, it's essentially multiple choice. But when that multiple choice is made, when you choose the answer, something happens. So this isn't just a knowledge check, if you like. What you're essentially doing here with pupils is you're giving them the opportunity to create something like this. So this is just a preset pattern that has been created here, and thanks to Irish educator Miriam Walsh for giving me this file. It's based on a activity that was shared in the Apple education community, and the links to that will be in the blog post that accompanies this video. But you can see as you go through, each of these options builds a different part of the picture. So this could be done for anything. I've obviously just chosen a maths concept here, but this could be anything. This could be literacy, it could be multiple choice in terms of the Romans, it could be any topic you like, and it can also be used as a way for the pupils themselves to showcase their knowledge. By creating something like this, they are essentially building it up. Now what we've also done here is we've included a mystery one, if you want to share this with pupils and have them just play through it. Or if you want to take it to the next step, they can build their own. Here's how you would do it. So that mystery one is the one where you can try, but here's how it works. So I've just got a blank set of squares here. So it's just a 20 by 20. You can make this different sizes based on different concepts. The blank template will be there for you to use. But essentially what we're going to do is I'm just going to clear everything that's in here. Excuse me while I just clear some of these files. This is as I was working on it before. What we're actually going to use is something called conditional formatting, conditional highlighting. We're essentially going to use a concept whether something is true or false, or is a particular value. If it is this, then do this. If it is correct, make it this colour. If it is wrong, do nothing or do this. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick a square, pick a cell. We're going to then put the formula, and what we're doing here is we're essentially linking the cell in the table with the cell in the square. We're going to say that that cell and this cell are linked. So what happens to this one affects that one, if you like. Then what we're going to do is that kind of absolute formatting. So we're going to take it where when I copy this cell, and then I just choose a few others, what I'm going to do here is I'm actually just going to change the cell colour, the cell text colour to white, just because I'll show you why in a second. So if I select this one, then maybe select that one, select a few just to show you a pattern. There's a few patterns that you can download. I'm just going to choose a few random ones, and I'm just going to paste, and you can see that all of my cells now have a little zero in them. That's because the value that is associated, the cell is blank, if you like. So it's not got anything associated with it. So if we go to the format option, then go to conditional formatting, we're going to go to text, and we're going to look at this one. So 4 times 5 is 20, 3 times 4 is 12, so the answer for that one would be A, because it's greater than. And then what we want to do is custom style, and this is why I was wanting to show you about the text colour, because we're going to make the text colour and the cell colour the same. So essentially you don't see if there's any text in there. So if I just choose that one, just this kind of blue, and I go to colour and I choose that blue as well. Now what happens is when I choose the correct answer, and remember the correct answer in this case is B, then my cell fill is going to be blank and my text colour is going to be white. So now you can see the cells with no fill, or they could be white, whatever you want to choose. But when I go to this and I choose B, C, nothing happens, but when I choose A, it makes it correct. So by choosing these options, by saying that when you're making this A, you're having these cells, with that bit of colour, you can start to build in a level of creativity. Now imagine you set this as a task for students, where you say, okay, you've seen how to work this, but what I'd actually quite like to see is whether you can build this yourself, whether you can build this up using your understanding. This could link up computational thinking, this could link up maths, numeracy skills, different parts that all come together. So how are we going to link it? How is it all going to kind of come together? Let's see what we can, let's see what we can do in order to see the level of understanding you have. Not by just answering 20 questions, but by creating a knowledge chain that you could then share with peers. And if you do a search for anything pixel art, so if I take Mario for example, that could be the picture that is generated. You can just you just choose what colours go where, and then it takes a wee bit of time. It takes a little bit of time, but it could be a good process to do with learners. It's a good process to have them look at their ability to share, to use, to really kind of check their understanding. So that's pixel art using numbers. As I can see, you can do this using slides and PowerPoint. All of the files will be linked in the blog post. Thanks very much for watching. Share your creations with us, and we'll see you next time.